Hey everybody, big welcome back. And today here we are exploring the old abandoned St. Catherine's General Hospital. And I kind of stuttered there because I was reading some Wikipedia on it and it kind of just caught me off guard. It says it was built in like 1865 or 1870, but somehow I don't think so. I'm going to guess that there's some old original hospital under there somewhere and this was built on top because this looks like probably like 50s or 60s to me. But anyway. These are some clips from the spring of 2017, and this place closed back in, I believe it was 2013. So what do we got? March 24th, 2013, it closed its doors at 6 p.m. And it's a hospital I had gone to several times. Once I stabbed myself in the head, which was pretty stupid. Basically, I opened the door with a big knife in my hand while I was drinking, of course, with some friends over. And that resulted in a few stitches in the head and ended up in there for several days with pneumonia one time. Yeah, anyway, so the place is closed down now, and I filmed some clips with my drone. I got to say though, it was crazy windy out that day, so it's not the video I wanted it to be. That's why I actually never uploaded. It just sat on the hard drive all this time. But I figured if I share it with you, then I can just delete it and whatever. So it's just random clips. Later on, I do try to go and take a peek in some of the open doors, but I was actually too worried with the wind, and the drone was kind of blowing up and down, and I just said forget it. It wasn't even worth it to try. So you guys kind of just get what you get. I do get some shots of the front. I'm gonna myself search YouTube, see if I can find some video from the inside because that would be pretty cool to see. And because I haven't been in there in years, so I imagine after being closed for a few years, the inside's starting to look pretty awesome. Like, if you head down to like the morgue and whatever. So let's fly around. We just passed over what's called the Norris Wing. It was basically the nut wing for, if you go cuckoo, you get to spend some time in there. Right there under the glass skylights, that's where the ambulance is pulled over or like pulled into, and that was like kind of like the ER entry and all that. And it was a, pretty big hospital for an old one. They also had another hospital, but I didn't get to fly around it before they demoed it, which was Hotel Dew. It was kind of I think a cooler looking hospital. It was definitely older, but they ripped that one down. And from what I could see online, this one's going to get ripped down and made into townhomes. And you're going to see at the very back there in the top of your screen, top right kind of thing, my truck is down there. I was actually sitting in my truck for this flight. And so I couldn't drop down as like I wanted to on the front there, but because I would lose signal behind the building. I'm actually at the bottom of a hill, so kind of just I did the best I could do on a windy day, being at the bottom of the hill and trying to fly over. I think there was actually one point where I had lost signal while I was flying, and I'm actually surprised, as of the time I flew this, that it doesn't look like there's more damage to the building. Obviously, there's some. You'll see the roof doors open, and I think you saw some windows smashed out or whatever with some sheets hanging out or something. But that was a catwalk right there, the thing that you're looking at. I believe that went to the head injury clinic or something like that. Or there was some kind of a clinic over there, I remember. But, who knows? Maybe one day I'll even get a chance to get in there. I was scoping it out where you could jump the fence, and kind of behind that church is like a road. And it seemed to me that that would be a good spot, a logical spot to jump the fence. This might be the shot where I actually was trying to see if I could get up by those doors. I really wanted to look in. Now, okay, after I'll return to there and try to look in. But yeah, so here you can see I'm completely, like, my signal is completely blocked by the hospital. So I was really lucky I maintained signal for this. And then this was me just kind of looking around because a fire truck was somewhere. I could hear it in the distance. But so that's that Norris wing I was telling you about down on the end there. I know this is not like an incredibly interesting video, but I guess if you're from Niagara or whatever, it's a new perspective of a place you probably saw all the time from the ground. But so, yeah, my guess is the building on the end there. I didn't do a whole lot of research on it, but I think that's probably part of the original hospital, or maybe the middle section. Maybe the middle section, one right before that. But I think that little cage at the end is where they let the Looney Tunes out for a little bit. But yeah, anyway, it was something that I decided to fly around just because thought it would be pretty cool, and it definitely would have been a little nicer though on a less windy day, that's for sure. But if anyone needs an air conditioner, you probably go and take one of those out in the middle of the night, free of charge, of course. Now, I don't know if they have security there though. I'll say that because they used to. There used to always be security there, but last couple times I drove by, I didn't see any. So, kind of thinking that maybe they don't. It would have been sweet to see a trespasser or something, you know what I mean? Maybe when we watch this back on the big screen, I'll see it. I haven't actually really watched any of the footage back. I just kind of browsed through it quickly, but it would have been a nice day for trespassing anyway. I love exploring abandoned places. Several months ago, I stopped by an abandoned dealership. It was funny. I went there with a friend, and basically the back door was open. This was out in Port Credit, like Mississauga, and there was like a back door open. So I go strolling in and looking around, and I come back out to my friend was in the truck, and I was like gonna say, hey, let's park the truck and go in. But as I come out, don't I go and just, I don't know why, but I closed the door behind me. So that was the only way in, and I went ahead and closed it. So basically screwed that. There's a fire extinguisher on the roof. I'm going to guess that somebody blasted it off. And I should have Googled this because it's an interesting thing we're looking at. A friend of mine actually had said about wondering why the hospital sign is blue. So let's go find out right now. I'll be right back. Okay, I failed at that actually. I went and I tried Googling it and I couldn't get any answer and just a bunch of smart ass answers. So, if anybody out there in YouTube land knows why hospital signs are blue, I would actually love to know it. I'm sure there's some kind of, something back to way back when or something. But anyhow, that was just I saw the big H that they covered up, obviously, so that people wouldn't try to go there for treatment. And now this hospital, just in case anyone wondered, was replaced by like a really, really big hospital out in the middle of nowhere, which is not really the middle of nowhere anymore. Not more because they built all around it, but it was the middle of nowhere. And here we come in for our landing. And I'd been talking to those guys right there just about flying the drone after I landed. Actually, I talked to them about it. But sorry, guys, it wasn't too interesting of a video. But I just figured if you're bored and you wanted to see it, it's better than no video, I guess. So hopefully, at least one or two people out there in YouTube land have enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one, and I'll try to make the next one better. It'll be something a little more interesting, but as always, thanks for watching, and we will see you again.